Well, good morning. Hope you're doing well out there. And camera angle there. And excuse me, I got kind of a scratchy throat this morning. Anyway, thank you for joining us. It's another live stream brought to you direct from the beautiful downtown quarters of Guitar College in Central California on the coast where it's flooding away. And that's why we played Little Boat. It's really important for you to have a little boat if you live in California. I was going to play Here's That Rainy Day, Gail, but I decided to start off a little, at the last minute, a little brighter. So we did Little Boat. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining me. It's remember, this is your live stream. It's not mine, it's yours. So whatever you want to talk about is okay with me. Give me your questions. We've got a full day here, and a lot has happened, so we've got a lot of things to talk about. So yeah, the rain in Spain falls mainly in California. So that's a good thing. We need it. Of course, we need to build more dams, but it's more important that we have a bullet train from Bakersfield to Modesto. That's probably the most important thing. Good thing we got that, which it's not completed and probably never will be, but that's enough of that. Anyway, got some sad news, but you know, it's life. But we also got some good news about some guitars. Look at this guitar that I just picked up. Isn't this thing gorgeous? This is an ES-175, a 1989. And what a beautiful guitar. It's in beautiful shape. It's crazy stupid how nice it is. I bought it from a fellow who came down from Portland. And he's here in the Central California. And by the way, this is a mahogany sides and back. I've never seen one like this, a blonde with a mahogany sides and back. It's got a little bit of, checking on the back. But hey, that's okay. It's an old guitar, right? 89. What is that, almost 30 years old? Or it is 30 years old. And, but gosh, it's in gorgeous shape. It's got a Seymour Duncan 59 on the neck position. But the tuners, everything is just in gorgeous shape. And the neck profile on this, man, that's one of the reasons why I'm considering keeping it, is the neck profile. It's just so easy to play. It's just not fat at all. but it's just beautiful. Guitar. Anyway, I'm getting ready to go. I guess I'll take it to the show. I'm getting ready to go to the San Rafael Guitar Show, and that's in the San Francisco Bay Area. And it's a very big show, really big show, and it'll be a lot of fun. Gail just heard from the promoter. He comes all the way from Oklahoma, Spurry, Oklahoma, to put on these shows. And he's over there on his way to San Rafael right now. So, isn't this a pretty sounding guitar? So, I thought, let's compare this guitar with some of the other ones that I have. 16 inches. We've got a 575. Howard Roberts, this is a 68, and then I have the L4. So we've got a laminate top 16-inch maple, a solid top maple, solid top spruce, and a solid top spruce. We'll compare them just for giggles. Yeah, the neck on this is just nice and thin. I love it. It's wow. It's just, it reminds me of my 62 that I had. It had a nice neck on it. Tell you what, let's just see who's here right now. And again, thank you for joining me. Mark, hi Mark, how you doing, buddy? Mark just got himself ES 165. He's really happy with it. Oh yeah, the Sweet 16 in blonde. Now I didn't bring. I do have a Sweet 16 in blonde. I keep meaning to work on it. I want to add a tone control, and then I'm gonna show it off. Oh, they announced. Oh, Chip, what's happening, Chip? Yeah, I met Chip at the Chet Atkins convention, and he was been a long-time listener. And they did announce the dates. The Chet Atkins Appreciation Society, some of the best guitar playing you will ever hear in your life. So if you can make it, please go to that. And yes, let's have one of those donuts. Man, he gave me this donut. It was a sugar rush for about 3 hours. Mark Wilkerson from Texas. Hey, Mark. How you liking that Eagle? Yeah. Rob Green, West Branch, Michigan. West Branch. Thank you for watching. Kent Richards. How does the neck feel on that compared to the 575? My experience is a lot thicker and chunkier. It usually is, but this one is very slim. So this one's a little bigger. All three of these are bigger than this one here. Staten Island. Wow. Thank you for joining us, Adam. And Jim Rolfe. How you doing, Jimmy? I heard you and Rob are playing with Dave Diaz. So you got two wonderful guitar players playing with Dave. Are you playing bass, or are you guys both playing guitars? What's going on? I hope you're both playing guitars. You need to be playing guitar. Marvin here just put a Heritage Super Eagle on layaway. Wow, good for you, Marvin. You know, Super Eagles, how much did you pay for that? You don't have to share that if you don't want to. That's none of my business. And Megan Shields. Hi, Megan. How you doing, honey? Let's see. Catherine from Germany. And Jim Rolfe is playing guitar. Good. You should be playing guitar, Jim. Isn't that a nice sound? Here we have, this is a C6 with the fifth and the bass. And then we go up minor third. a major fourth, perfect fourth. Up another perfect fourth, and then down. Great ending. Great ending. My new H535 is at Sweetwater, and I should have it by Monday. Good for you. I have a couple of those on order. Of course, it takes forever to get. Okay, $7,300 for a lefty. How about that? That's great. Good for you. Good for you. So I've got Gail working on the message board. She's back from our old stomping grounds where she was babysitting. And Wes is working the camera. Wes, say hi, Wes.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
Hold down the enthusiasm. All right, so Wes is working the cameras and the computers and all that good stuff. So if you haven't heard the news, Jeff Beck passed away. What a bummer. And, he, you know, Jim, wasn't he just in Thousand Oaks playing not too long ago? I saw Jeff Beck in 2003 with B.B. King. He wasn't with him, but his, you know, it was on the same bill. Jeff Beck, one of my heroes from way back when, back in the day. I still remember when I hear the song Shapes. Shapes, things before my time. I hear that song, I immediately think of being on the bus, getting off the bus when I was a freshman, or getting on the bus, going to high school. And this bus was so cool because it had a radio. All the other buses didn't have a radio, but this did. And they were playing Shapes. What a great tune. Now, of course, that's the Yardbirds, and you know, a lot of those guys, I think it was Eric Clapton and Jimmy Page, you know, the Yardbirds was the cash cow at the time, and so they had to play it because it was the gig. But for us, I thought it was fantastic. They were the deal, man, because they had Jeff Beck and Jimmy Page on bass and all that. Yeah, so the Yardbirds, man, they were great. And they were great because of Jeff Beck. And then Jeff Beck doing his solo career, what a crazy picture. Jeff Beck doing his solo career. I mean, good God, what he could do with that guitar is just amazing. Just amazing. You know, many, many moons ago, I wrote a little thing to myself, and it was if I could combine the harmonic qualities of Joe Pass, the soul of Wes Montgomery, and the tone of Jeff Beck, I would rule the world. It would be something real special. But that never happened. That's pretty hard to do. Jeff Beck is amazing, just amazing, and so I think, you know, everybody knows that Jeff Beck is the deal, man. He's the rock and roll dude. I got to see him at the NAMM show one time, just signing autographs, and you know, there was a line a mile long, and I just passed by and just kind of watched him for a few minutes, and he's pretty congenial. You know, when you got 1,000 people waiting to talk to you and stuff, it's pretty crazy. After a while, you get pretty tired. So he seemed pretty tired. But he was gracious. And then I met another guy who said Jeff Beck came to their car show or a car meet. You know, they were in a car club. And he just kind of showed up at their car club. Isn't that a trip? Because he was avid hot rodder. And so, but he didn't want to talk music. I don't want to talk music or anything about any of that. I just want to talk about cars. So I get into that. I hear that. And then, when I saw Jeff Beck, it was a little trio, and it was really good. But when I look at, there's one video, the Ronnie Scott concert at Ronnie Scott's in London, England. Check out that video, and there's the real Jeff Beck. It's like, holy crap. Really a great guy, great player, unbelievable. Hey, Wes, do you have any other pictures of him in the Yardbirds or anything like that?
I don't. Is this the video you're talking about?
Is that the one live at Ronnie Scott's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, do you think that's now we're going to get dinged for that? But yeah, can you imagine being that front row? And of course, this Blow by Blow album. My God, that put everybody on their heels, man. When that Blow by Blow album came out. How'd they go? Boy, he played a lot up here, didn't he? Man, he was always up there. Jeez. You probably should have cut off some of these frets and just kind of added them on there. Look at him. He's way up there all the time. Isn't it a trip how you can mash? When you play that long, you can mash your fingers down on the fretboard and somehow they make sounds that are good. When you're just starting out and you mash your fingers down, you don't make good sounds. But it seems like, some of these guys could just mash their fingers down and they got some beautiful things. So, gosh, it's Jeff Beck. And I guess it was a bacterial infection, that sucks, I had one of those when my knee got infected, and you got to wear. I had to wear antibiotic with an IV on me for about 3 months and a hip thing full of antibiotics, and it's no fun. But I didn't die from it. Unfortunately, he died from some kind of bacterial infection. That's a drag. Well, anyway. Now, the other sad news is Dennis Budimir passed away. Excuse me. We'll talk about Dennis a little bit later. I don't have my rundown, Gail. I forgot to print it. We'll talk about him a little later. But one of the most recorded guitar players in history. Jim Rolfe, you have the Blu-ray live at Ronnie Scott's? Wow. We'll have to watch that next time I come down there. We got nothing to do. Kirby, good morning, Kirby. And Bruce says you saw him with Beck, Bogart, and Apple. Wow, how cool is that? Albert King opening him. Jim Rolfe, Tim Bogart, when I lived in Newbury Park on Gloria Drive, right when Corey was born, Tim Bogart lived down the street. Isn't that crazy? In Casacaneo. And that would have been right around that time. I was too shy to go say hello. My favorite scenes with Beck was the Yardbirds performance in the movie Blow Up back in the mid-'60s. Oh, I'll have to look for that. I've never heard of that. I'll have to check that out. Let's see. Remember this? And then I forget, it was a bunch of Jeff Beck licks. It was so cool. I forget it. I forget it, but that was called Jeff's Boogie. I was going to look that up and revisit that because back in the day, that was so cool. That was so cool. So anyway, now what? Do you have a rundown, Wes?
Yeah, I do.
What are we doing?
I don't know. Guitar shows coming up. JGI course compliments.
Oh yeah, JGI. We've gotten a lot of students sign up for that, and I've gotten many emails and a phone call from a guy who said, I've done a bunch of these True Fire things and stuff, and I tell you, the JGI course is really something. He said, I'm learning so much, and everything is so superficial with all these other things. He said, you know, nobody goes in deep, and so he just called to say he appreciates it. So anyway, that was nice. So JGI, if you're interested in improv, you got to check it out.
It's on sale.
It's on sale. Is it still? I thought we were taking it off on the 10th.
No.
Okay. All right. So, all right, it's on sale. Wait a minute. They did a rave up in the movie, and Beck starting to destroy guitar in his amp. Rave up. Wow. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, the JGI course is on sale till the end of the month, $100 off.
Oh.
Because everyone's stuck inside because of the weather. We were just stuck inside for the last week.
That's true.
And all the storms that hit us, guess where they're going? East.
Yeah,
Because that's what the weather does. It moves east.
Moves east, yeah.
So you guys in the Midwest, about to be inside for the next 7 days.
Well, I just talked to my cousin Patty. Thank you, honey. And they're just having a totally miserable time back there in Minnesota.
And then on top of that, there's more rain coming here in the next few days.
I know.
We got like 4 more days of rain coming up.
I can't believe it. It's nuts. It's going to be raining at the guitar show, which I hope is a good thing in Frisco. You should know. Does that mean we'll have more people or less people at the guitar show? Less
people.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's just people don't want to travel when it's all wet and, you know.
Well,
plus that if that Highway 101 right there in Marin County, big that always closes right there, and
it does.
Right, yeah, oh yeah. Right there in Sausalito, there's just always mudslides and stuff right there, and that's usually one of the first spots to close. So hopefully that doesn't happen.
Huh. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen. But, so we can get up there.
Well, you wouldn't drive that way to get there unless you're going to drive through the city of San Francisco, which would be not a smart way to go. You come in on the side on 680.
Oh,
You come in from the East Bay.
Don't take 101 all the way up.
Well, you wouldn't want to do that anyway. You have to literally drive through the city streets of San Francisco to do that. There's not a freeway. Freeway ends, and then you're driving it through the neighborhoods.
Oh.
And then it takes you to the Golden Gate. Once you get on the Golden Gate Bridge, you're there. But
you're golden.
But you're going to be driving. You have to get on surface streets for sure.
I see. Okay, well, we're leaving tomorrow, so we got to figure that out. All right, so any questions over here or anything? Hi, Pat Evans. How you doing? Oh, yeah, Mark Stein, the keyboard player for Vanilla Fudge, lived in Thousand Oaks and actually stopped by Alpa, showed his place because he heard us jamming. That's cool. I remember that. Yeah, and didn't the guys from Three Dog Night live out there too? Eventually, everybody moved out there once I moved out. But while we were living there, Joey Scarberry bought our old house. Remember him? His parents had the song. No, not his parents. He had the song, "Believe It or Not, I'm Walking in There. I go da da da." The theme from Great American Hero, something like that. Anyway.
There was a question earlier from Kent Richardson who asked, what does the neck feel like on that 175 compared to the Heritage 575? From my experience, the 175 is a lot thicker and chunkier.
This one isn't. This one's thin. It's thinner than all of these. I don't know if it was made, who made it that way or what, but that was 89. That's probably before they were using CNC machines. And so, anyway. Yeah, so this one's thinner than all of these. Shall we do a comparison of guitars right now?
Hold on. Mark Larkins asked, I can't tell from that view, does the 175 have a tune-o-matic or is it a wooden bridge?
Tune-o-matic. It's a repo, I think.
A repo? Like
repossession. Reproduction. It's not a real tune-o-matic. I don't know. Maybe it's the Nashville tune-o-matic. But anyway, yeah. How does it sound to you guys, this guitar? How long will we be in We'll be in San Rafael Friday night, Saturday, all day Saturday, Sunday till the afternoon, and then leave to go home. Why don't we, can we share that video now? I would like to do that early.
Okay.
All right. Here is a video that, actually, I thought I saw Kelly's name on here somewhere. That Kelly Shields, Megan's dad, made for us. And this is a song that I wrote and recorded for Jan Rooney back in the day. But it's very pertinent nowadays, and we just had a video done for it, and I wanted to play it for you guys, and you let me know what you think. So this is a song. It's called "Make the Hurting End." It's originally written. Well, just play the song. We'll talk about it afterwards.
People, we are hurting, left out in the rain. I don't think you understand. You haven't felt my pain. Clothes are torn and ragged, hearts too broken men, getting by on any
Anyway, that's definitely you know, it's points to a problem. That good God, you know, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And I don't know the answer to the homeless problem. Good grief, but sure needs somebody. We need something. We need to do something. So anyway, what'd you think of that? Hope you enjoyed that. We're going to put that out on YouTube and the song out on Spotify. And I thought she did a heck of a job singing that tune. Now that was Mickey Rooney's last wife. She was a nightclub singer until she got with Mickey, and then it's a double-edged sword when you're with a celebrity or a child of a celebrity. So anyway, and then Kelly Shields right there, he did the video on that. Wasn't that some hot sax playing, Wes? Did you like that sax playing on
Yeah,
that?
it was great. Was that you?
Yeah, that was me. Yeah. So anyway, I first met Jan Rooney when I got called in to do a session, and she had this. I think it was this song. Was it this song? It was one. Maybe there was a group of songs, but anyway, the guys doing it were old. They weren't in the realm of rock. Let's put it that way, and they were kind of doing a folk version of it and stuff. And so anyway, years later, after working with her on several other things, we decided to do this. And we rewrote it, and there you have it. I don't remember the guy who played the sax, but Wally Stoltz referred him to me. And I thought, I was really worried on that session, but the guy came in and he played his ass off. Good grief. So anyway. So yeah, I don't know about that. The homeless issue, it needs to be addressed. Serious, I mean, not just, I don't know what you do about it, but it's not good the way it is. And can you imagine being homeless in California with all this rain?
I think I'd rather be homeless here in California than in the East Coast where it's freezing cold.
Yeah. Well, like there's a bunch of homeless in Washington, in District of Columbia. So it's like, come on, why not? What do you guys do for them there? You got to do something. Anyway, let's. Did you hear that 175? Let's play an L5, L4, and let's hear the difference, shall we? Jeez. Hold on. One of the things about that happened with some of the homeless, they make their way into the riverbeds and all that, like in Atascadero and in Paso Robles and stuff. They're along.
Why don't you play something on that first and then play the other one?
Okay.
Because some people have just joined and they haven't even heard that thing yet.
Okay, all right. Well, let's play something then. We're going to play this song in a minute, the other version of it. There's That Rainy Day. Now, let's take a listen on another guitar. How about we'll try the L4? Ay, ay, ay.
It's like the Three Stooges back there.
Well, there's only one of me, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
Now, this neck is a lot fatter on this guy. All right, there's the L4. Hey, see you later, Pat. Thanks for joining us. I'm reading these messages as we play. So remember, we're just going direct. All right, there's the one, or the 575.
Sheesh.
It's a balancing act, man. Boy, this is a lot lighter than all of them. And there's the Howard Roberts. That's all four. 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought there was 5. 1, 4. 4 of these 16 inchers. So what do you think? Which one did you guys like the best? So remember, you know, a guitar influences an amplifier depending on what kind of amp you got. So they push the amps in a different direction, some of them. So there it is. There it is. These are all going direct, so you can get a good idea of what they sound like. Okay, Wes, we have anything important going on here?
Not really. Fred Gunter just asked, are you happy with your Quilter amp? I see pedal steel players starting to use them.
Oh, yeah, steel players been using them like crazy. You know, I went to a blues jam over here. All of the amps, everybody brought Quilters. Okay, there were a couple Hot Rod Deluxes on there, but everything else was Quilter bass amp. One guy had the block. Another guy has a 10-inch Quilter. Another guy had an 8-inch Quilter. Another guy had a Mark III. So they're taking over the world. They're light. They're not too expensive. They're priced well. So, you know, what else do you want? You know what I'm saying, Wes?
Yeah. Mr. Will Guitar asks, is there any reason a neck on an archtop is so much narrower than a classical guitar? Is it style, or does the construction need to be this way?
No, it's style. And a classical is usually a 2-inch here, you know. The nut width, 2 inches. And this is 1/11/16. So, yeah, the 2-inch nut, you know, is for classical. I don't know how they do it, but you got to have some super good hand strength. These guitars were generally made sometimes to put your thumb over the top. So also having the strings a little closer enabled you to pick a little faster, you know, playing it with a pick. The classical guitar, you're getting your fingers in here, doing a rest stroke and a free stroke and all that, you know. So anyway, so that's the deal.
Eddie Davis asked, will you talk about soloing over backdoor dominance?
I don't know what that means, Eddie. That backdoor. I don't know what that means. Ooh, 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 looking out my back door. Backdoor dominance. I don't know. Secondary dominance, you mean? 5 of 5, that kind of thing. Is that what we're talking about? All right, so that was, let me know, Eddie. Let's play Here's That Rainy Day, because the rainy day is coming here again. Here's That Rainy Day. And you got to check out that tune. Great tune. Yeah, so I wanted to touch on Dennis Budimir passing away. Dennis, wonderful studio musician, voted many years in a row as the most valuable studio player. I got to meet him one time at a guitar show. I was there, and John Stoll was and I were there playing in my booth. And as we're playing, John leaned over and said, "Hey, man, there's Dennis Budimir." You're kidding, really? I hadn't seen him in pictures of him or anything in a long, long time. And he kind of looked like that, you know, and I thought, wow, you're right, that's Dennis. So we went over and said, "You're Dennis Budimir, huh?" And he says, "Yeah, yeah." And I said, "Man, gosh, I can't believe it, man. I got to meet you. And you were voted, guitar player, most valuable studio player." Yeah. And he says, I said, "Man, I always wanted to be a studio player." And he says, "Well, you know what, Rich, you could have been." I thought, wow, what a nice thing to say. So wait a minute, here's a picture. Who's he with there? Rod Stewart. I don't know the other guys, but he's on that Rod Stewart album, where he sings the standards and stuff. So I don't know what Dennis, wonderful player. If you go to Wikipedia, you look up his discography, and it's just endless. So he's played with like Brian Wilson, Barbra Streisand, Quincy Jones, Johnny Mathis, Cher, Doris Day, Ringo Starr, George Harrison. There he is with Frank Zappa. By the way, there's Tommy Tedesco as well. Right? I don't know who the other guys are. I wonder what studio that is. Anyway, and then he's Milk Jackson, Stan Getz, Jimmy Smith. It just goes on for... There he is with John Pisano and Tommy Tedesco. Sergio Mendes, Harry Nilsson, Robert Palmer, Partridge Family, Linda Ronstadt, Tom Scott, Glenn Campbell, The Carpenters, Natalie Cole, Bobby Darin, Neil Diamond, Steve Allen, Paul Anka. I mean, here's the list. Here's part of the list. And so go to Wikipedia and check it out. Here's some more. Here's some highlights. Ella Fitzgerald, Dizzy Gillespie, A.B. Grant, Johnny Hartman, Michelle Legrand, Melissa Manchester, Barry Manilow, Carmen McRae, The Monkees, Oliver Nelson.
You want to hear this little interview with him that I found earlier? It's pretty interesting. He talks about how much he's played. I think this is it. Here you go.
No, I never count. I don't count.
He's probably, I've done 900, just motion
That's
pictures.
Bob Bain
And
right
I'm
there.
a baby compared to him, you know.
There's
He
Dennis.
probably has done 2,000 or 3,000.
Couple of thousand,
Huh?
I think. Couple
Yeah.
of thousand, yeah.
But that's just motion pictures.
Yeah, but see, I started, as soon as they started keeping track of them, I started before that. I was playing pictures, in like the early 50s. And I have no record of them. I didn't keep track of them.
Yeah.
But since then, there were a lot of pictures that you just do. You don't even hardly know what you're doing, or you don't pay any attention
Oh,
to
I know, I know, for example, Frasier, the show Frasier with,
yeah.
what was the guy's name?
Kelsey
Kelsey Grammer.
Grammer, yeah.
The intro and the ending was me. I mean, and he's done thousands of those things. But,
Play it.
Huh?
Play what you play.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
No.
Because that was like probably just a few minutes of your
Oh,
life.
yeah.
That's Bill
And
Frisell.
maybe some of it was written, maybe not. Maybe they said come up with something. I think it was the latter. Yeah.
Or Bonanza.
Oh, Bonanza, for God's sakes. Well, we all worked on Bonanza.
So you all played Bonanza? Is that?
Well, I'll tell you exactly what happened. This is a true story. Dave Rose, who was the conductor of a lot of things, but he was working for the guy that Michael Lanham was working for, and Dave was called to do it as a pilot. And they said it's a Western, and that's all they told him. It's a Western. And he called me and said his contractor was Charlie Price. He said, call Charlie.
Anyway, yeah. So
Yeah, I think all that kind of stuff is interesting. You can spend all day looking at these things. Thank God they're on there, those interviews and stuff like that. So you can, because you were influenced by these studio players like Bob Bain and Mitch Holder and Dennis and Glenn Campbell, hosts of others, Tommy Tedesco, and you heard their guitar playing and stuff, and it's like you grew up listening to that stuff, and then you think, who did that? Who did that? Finally, later on, you decide who's actually playing that. So there's Dennis in that's the Cartage service that the Cartage people bring along. Let's see, who is that? I don't know who that is. But anyway, that looks like Dennis and Tommy back in the day, 50s. And gosh, that studio I wonder if that's Capitol. But they those guitar playing parts they did, influence you so much. So that, it's nice that we're finally, giving recognition and stuff to these guys. They were just making a living, right? That's, they weren't doing for glory or anything. They're making a living, and it was the good living. So now Dennis has some solo ventures out there, and I need to get some. I don't have any of them. Need to get them. Guy looks like he worked out, doesn't he?
He definitely did. When you look at his Facebook page, he's got a few clips on there where he's at the gym.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's to counteract sitting around on your butt all day playing guitar. It's probably a good idea to go to a gym.
Yeah.
Hey, which is a great set. Oh, there he is. There's Mitch and Dennis. And I just left a message on Mitch's phone. I hope he gets back to me soon. And I contacted Jim Carlton about doing some kind of show about Dennis. So that would be good. So hopefully we'll get Mitch on there talking about Dennis. So there you have it. What a wonderful life. He was, 84? We're not built to live forever here anyways. So enjoy life while you can, right? You got to do it while you can. So set your goals. And by the way, we've been talking about goals. What a great segue, Wes. Let's segue into our new goal. And what I'm going to do is I want to do this challenge to you. I want to give you a challenge, okay? A 7-day challenge. You let me know how it goes next week. So here's your simple challenge. I want you to be able to play a major scale around the cycle of fourths 2 times a day in the 5 positions. Okay, so let's first look at the positions. The positions go by the CAGED system. And if you don't know what the CAGED system, you got to find the CAGED system. So we could play a C scale like this. And there's here's some other extra notes for it. If I move that fingering to E, here's an E scale C shape. See, the A shape is like this. Here's a C scale A shape. Okay. G, a G shape. That looks like this. Here's a G chord. So it's going to have that direction. There's explanations about this. Now we're going to play this C scale G shape. And now C, A, G, E. Here's an E chord barred up to here. We play the C scale like this. Okay. And then here's the D shape. The D shape, here's a D chord. We're going to take it up here to E. So here's the root. So we're going to go. And then if I want to continue all the way back down. Okay. So your goal is to take each one of those shapes and to play it around the cycle of fourths. Now, why the cycle of fourths? Music moves in cycles of fourths. The fourths are G, if I'm in the key of C, 4 tones up from C is F. 4 tones up from F, B flat. 4 tones up from B flat. Okay, 4 is E flat, so on. So I've got lessons on that. Now, so that's your goal, is to take it with a metronome or without it, or whatever. Take each shape. So here's around the cycle of fourths using the G shape. B flat. E flat. A flat. Etc. etc. D flat. G flat. B. E. A. D. G. Back to C. Okay, now you've done that, right? All right, now after you can do that, now, and you take each shape around the cycle of fourths. Okay, that's good enough. And play that twice a day, if not 4 times a day, twice in the morning, twice at night, through all the shapes. I know it might be redundant for a couple of you. If it is redundant, then here's what I want you to do. I want you to combine 2 shapes. So let's take, for instance, the C shape and the G shape. All right, so if we're in the C shape, here's a G scale. And now here's a C scale. Here's an F scale. Here's a B flat scale. So I'm using the 2 different shapes. Okay? And you'll start to see the connections going on between the keys. Cycle of fourths, music moves in cycles of fourths. So what does that mean? It means if you looked at the chord changes to a song, I like to use the example of Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. When are you going to come down? When are you going to land? Right, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes in the cycle of fourths, and then it breaks the cycle and goes back. So music moves in cycles of fourths. So take my word on it. So that's why you got to know the cycle of fourths. All right. So now combine 2 shapes, the C and the G, and the E and the A. Now that's a very easy one. Here's a G scale. That's G scale E shape. C scale A shape. Now we do F scale, E shape, B flat scale. Now, E flat scale, A flat, okay, etc., etc., etc. And then let's do, you could use 3 shapes, you could use 4 shapes, and you could use 5 shapes for the very ambitious. And we'll talk about that maybe next week. All right, now that's your 7-day challenge, okay? And it'd be very good for you. Get the morning workouts. That will cover that challenge. Bingo. Yeah. Thank you, Jim. Any questions here, Wes?
Not really. There's some comments here. Howard Powell says, love your show. You inspired me to buy a jazz guitar. Just received a Guild A150 Savoy. I ordered your strings to put on it. Can't wait to play it.
Oh, those are nice guitars. You'll be very happy with that. You put on my strings, and then I've got some videos on how to set up your action, okay? So you need to learn how to adjust the neck, how to, adjust. It's very easy on arch tops. It's a lot easier than on a Telecaster or a Stratocaster. Okay, adjust the neck, get the action where it feels really good. Okay, what I do is I get it, I put the neck straight, then I lower the action as low as it goes until it buzzes, like this. It's good. I need to readjust this because things have changed. But and then I raise it up just a hair more until it stops. Then now you've got perfect action. It plays very light, easy to play, and pick soft. Don't pick hard. Everything will sound crappy. Ooh, what a nice sounding guitar. Boy.
All right, that's annoying. Come on.
Isn't that annoying?
Yeah.
But if you go, play soft. You use shorter strokes, and you get a nicer tone.
Speaking of guilds, this Adam Falk asked a while back. I recently got a 70s Guild Artist Award.
Oh, nice.
Great guitar. Have you ever played one?
Yes. I like those guitars. I like them a lot. I like them a lot. They're real nice. Good for you. That's a beautiful guitar. You have to have, if you're out gigging with a guitar like that, you have to have the right amplification. If you take a Fender amp out there, it's going to feed back all over the place. So you got to experiment with that. Doesn't mean the guitar is not good. It just means it. Okay.
Okay. It means it?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, the guy on the right was Phil Upchurch. I saw that with Jim Rolfe.
Got it. AA asked, why don't you clip the left pinky nail?
This? I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't get in the way, so I don't know. I don't really I can't make this finger go like that. I play with more like that, you see, so it doesn't get in the way. The other ones are in the way. So I'll do that.
Ruben Rivera asked, is that a stock pickup on the Howard Roberts?
Yeah, it's a stock Johnny Smith.
And then Eddie Davis a while back followed up with you about the backdoor
dominance. Okay.
Dominance. He says, "In there will be a never be another you."
Oh.
The D flat 7 resolves to E flat major. Mm-hmm. In Secret Love, it does the same thing. A dominant, a whole step below the tonic major.
Okay, I can explain that chord to you. All right, it's not so much the dominant. Throw away the dominant. It's the minor chord that preceded it. In other words, it's an A flat minor 7. A flat minor 7 is 4 minor. 4 minor happens all the time, okay? Modal interchange between major and minor. Now, guys put the 5 chord on there just because it sounds cool. It does, so it's a non-functioning dominant sound. So, right here. So it's like a 4 minor. So that happens all the time in jazz, as you know. So it's like a modal interchange. So how would you treat that? You would treat it, if you're playing melodic minor, as A flat melodic minor. Okay, so yeah, just treat it as a 4 minor chord. That's the simplest way. That's the simplest and the most harmonic way to look at it, I think.
Yeah. That's about it. Eddie also asked, are you going to be at the Marin Guitar Show?
Yes. Go in there tomorrow.
Mark Larkins a while back said, I'd really like to hear Opus Dave Funk on that 175.
All right. We aim to please, Mark. Have we got to everything yet? Oh, hey, Wes.
What?
You want me to play that now?
Sure.
And then you want to show him that reverb thing?
Okay.
I think that's hilarious.
Let's see. There's one more question here that just popped up. What Eliav? Awesome. How's it going, buddy? What do you think about shipping guitars overseas? I live in Israel and am looking for a guitar a long time now.
Yeah. I have shipped them overseas. I don't like to do that. There's too many variables in my mind that can go south. So the risk factor, I don't. Now there's another guy. There's other guys that aren't afraid to ship overseas. I am. I'm not a big time guitar salesman guy. You might think I am, but I'm not. But archtop.com, they ship overseas. There's a number of guys on Reverb. There's a couple of Seattle companies I've talked to. They ship. McKinsey, I think, Reverb ships overseas. I'm just afraid. I'm a chicken, man. I don't want anything, number one, to happen to the guitar. Something happens to the guitar, it's a pain in the ass to get it fixed and then get insurance money for it. You might as well forget that. So, yeah, I don't like to mess with that. Maybe the best thing for you to do is to come over to America, find yourself a guitar, give you a reason to come here, find a guitar and just drag it home with you on the airplane. I've had other people do that. Opus to Funk, which, by the way, I think is one of the most coolest tunes. You'll have to get a level on this, Wes.
Okay.
This rhythm section is Gary Newmark and Roy Carlson. That's fun. It's fun to improvise, huh, Wes?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, yeah. That's a fun thing.
That's that's what everyone wants to do.
That's right. That was on the video that you made. That was an
Yeah.
excellent video, by the way.
Yeah, we need to make another one of those.
Yeah.
Problem is, you need to be in it, and that's.
I thought I was in it.
Yeah.
We shot a bunch of stuff, didn't we? No?
What?
What?
No, we didn't shoot a bunch of stuff.
What is your opinion about a Guild X170? I think those are pretty nice. Rare form. Thank you, Michael. This one looks hard to play. The timing looks tricky. Yeah, it is tricky. I've been playing that song for a long, long time, so I kind of know it. Let's see. Wes, let's go over Reverb, man. We haven't done that.
Okay.
All right, so I'm tooling around Reverb, looking around. Okay, I'm thinking, here you guys go. In case you are looking for something vintage and you really can't afford a guitar, maybe a box might be more in your style. Here is a 60s Dan Electro factory Jensen shipping box. There it is. It's a box. Looks like it's got a little water damage. $100.
Oh, it's even got a
got
someone
some-
wrote on it bass
Yeah.
bridges. This is really bizarre.
Yeah, there you go. That's a nice looking box. That's for the guy, the vintage guitar guy who's really a nut. You might want to have that box because you never know. Now this guy on here, he's got a pretty neat thing, ridiculous Reverb listings, and he was on there. But Wes, show the other one. There's another link.
Here you go.
It's here you go. Jim Rolfe, you might be interested in this. A Roland SH2 original box, a collector's item shipping box, vintage synth dealer. So here you go. In case, you've got a vintage synth, a sizer, you might want the box that it came in. And they're going to blow it out. They're blowing it out. They're letting it go for under $100. So, I guess the lesson to be learned is save the box, huh? Or donate. You can't even give it to the homeless anymore because look at it's worth so much money now. Oh, I know what he's got going. They're listing this for $100, and then he's going to give the box away and get a receipt from a homeless guy so he can take it off his taxes for $100 box.
It's even got the foam too, so bonus.
Got the foam. Yeah. So that's for the guy who really can't get into the collector's market with the vintage synths, but you can get the box.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous right there. I've never seen anything like that. I mean, you do see it for like a train or those train boxes, aren't those kind of?
Yeah, Bob Hurley, he said to me, when I had my trains on display, I had my trains from when I was a little boy. I got them when I was 5 years old, the Lionel trains. And he said, he was looking out the trains. He said, if you have the boxes are probably worth more than the trains if they're in really grade A1 shape. They were close to that, but, over the years, they got destroyed. Actually, the boxes for the train got destroyed more when I became an adult than when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I took super good care of my trains because, they were expensive, and I really liked them. So, and we just gave my grandson, he's 5 years old, a Lionel train set for Christmas, and he's very careful about that thing. Don't drive it too fast. He yelled at me because the first one I bought him an engine, and it was an HO set, and I had it set up on a table, and the first time around the track I was going fast, and it flew off and broke into a million pieces, and that was the end of that. And boy, he came unglued. He said, "Pops, I told you not to go so fast. I told you slow down, slow down." He said everything I'm sure his parents and big brothers have been telling him for years. He bawled me out about that. So it was kind of funny. So yeah, the box, very important.
Hillsboro real estate, which Hillsboro, that's a cool place to live. Got a version of Goodbye Pork Pie hat.
I don't. I'm sorry. I don't have that. up my sleeve or anywhere else.
And then
Hi, Tim.
A Camp. Have you ever played an Ibanez PM2-AA? It's the single pickups Pat Metheny model.
Yeah, and it's got the little cutout up here. I don't know why. It's, But anyway, no, I have played those. It was okay. Didn't really turn me on.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're a cool looking guitar. Oh, that's a different one. That one's missing the pick guard, but it's cheap enough, isn't it?
It's like the only one, I think, on here. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm going to the guitar show not just to sell, but hopefully to buy guitars. So I'm taking a few to sell. I want to sell my amplifiers. I've got amplifiers coming out the yin yang. Well, I don't have that many, but it just seems like a lot. I got a Hot Rod Deluxe. I got a Vibro Verb from the 70s, a 78, I think it is. And then a 78. And then I have, what's the other one? Oh, one of those G100 Yamahas. Those are nice, 112. Beautiful sounding amp. Weighs a ton. And then I was thinking about taking this and maybe selling this. I never use it, but I sure like it to look at it.
I say get rid of it. It's great to look at. It's just get in the way. How about here's some stuff to get rid of. All this. So then maybe I can have some freaking room back here.
You want to get rid of all that? Well, I want to. All that stuff. Well, can be sold over the internet. The amps and guitars are harder to sell over the internet.
Yeah. Well, let's get on this selling over the internet thing.
Oh yeah, it's not a Vibro Verb. I'm sorry, it's a Vibro Lux. I used to have a Vibro Verb, but it's a Vibro Lux is what I'm selling. 210s.
Pat Yak says that I think your output volume can be higher. Other channels I have open are louder. I can barely hear yours, much to my dismay. This might be a good thing, Pat, that you can't hear us anyway, because...
Well, maybe we are running low, I guess.
Are
right?
we?
Well, it seems like it. Well, there's a little bit of yellow. You could push it up a hair, but not much.
I mean, yeah, you barely. I mean, you're talking about like 1 dB at most. That's going to be...
Yeah. I don't know.
It's not going to be much.
Low.
I know why it's low. It's because other people have professional video equipment. We're here in this little back shed thing throwing this show together. So, hey, we're doing our best, Pat. Sorry about that, buddy.
That's all we can do. It's the best we can do. I must agree with Pat. What did Pat say? Oh, your volume's too low. Well, I don't know. We could push it up a little, I guess. I don't know. Well, anyway, I was going to play...
I mean, the problem with pushing it up on it's our equipment is what is not... You need something else. Because if I push the guitar up, your guitar's in the red.
Is it? Doesn't look like it to me.
Well, it also helped too if I had a screen bigger than my cell phone back here too.
Well, we have other screens. I don't know why you don't get one.
Well, where am I going to put it?
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah.
You got to hang it down.
And maybe we ought to sell some of this crap behind me, and then I can have a area.
The boy's got a point. You're right.
Have some room back here to be able to monitor stuff.
Michael just restored a 51 Gibson ES150. That was just a shell restored new P90. Tune-o-matic bridge, locking tuners. Purists will stone me, but it plays well and did it all for 2,100. Wow, that's good. That's great. Guitar is okay. Voice is low. Voice is low. That's what he said. All right, so I'm going to play a tune because it's on our list. And this is a song that's from my fingerstyle arranging course, which you ought to get. If you're interested in playing and learning how to arrange fingerstyle. And we use this song as an example because first we learn the chord melody, then we learn the bass line with it, and then we learn some jazz counter lines. And so it's a great little tune. The Way You Look Tonight. Now, let me think. that's the kind of song that you can kind of just jam on, you know. Joe Pass, he tears that up. It's crazy. Anyway. Well, let's see. What do we got here? Anything else, Wes?
Nope, not that I see.
Good day, Rich. Nice to get lessons from Jamaica. Different style of music. Oh, okay. Let's see. The way and... Oh, Jacob. Hi, Jacob. I got your message. You were on my list to call today. I will give you a buzz. Okay. Okay, well, I think that's about it. We've had a wonderful day, and I want to thank you guys for joining me, because if you don't show up, we're not going to show up either. So thank you so much for coming and getting on the live stream. So, yeah, check out The Way You Look tonight. It's part of the arranging jazz, arranging fingerstyle guitar, arranging and playing fingerstyle guitar. Well, Wes, shall we say goodbye?
Yeah.
Okay. See you later. So I hope you like that video and comment on that video. Hey, I will see you later. See you next week, same time, same bat.